of the NFL season are complete. What lurks in our final month? We're underway in Week 14. Kenny Nwangu now out of his end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11th. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. And after his performance last week, everybody saw it. Unbelievable. You can expect a heavy dose of him again, I think.
Without a doubt. I mean, why wouldn't you? Because once you establish yourself that way, it's not just him, okay? It's his offensive line. It's a tight end, it's your wide receivers, everyone now sharing in the load and sharing in the belief that they do their job, they'll see another performance just like they saw the week before.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Cook again. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. Now, this defense for the Lions, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
And no matter what's done throughout that game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
Third down, Cousins. That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Yeah, he's able to push his way forward somehow for a gain of about 2 yards. Second down now.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Cousins gives way to Cook. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Throwing is Cousins. But he's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 33. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 down at the 33. Left side, Cook. And he's got some space here. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook, that's his 19th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out.
And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. Now Goff.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Lions who got the road victory in that one, so they'll be looking to claim the season series now here at home in Detroit. Goff's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark it down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. We're pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. It takes 2 to tango.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
First carry for Josh Jacobs.
And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
On 1st and 10, Goff.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
A great effort there with another touchdown, number 24 on the year.
And the Lions are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, and they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here.
Kirby Joseph there to drop it. Vision and speed, 2 of the attributes that you might say are important for a free safety, and we saw both in evidence there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Cousins to throw. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
First down, here's the run with Cook. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 69 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
These two teams all tied after one.
With the score tied 7-7.
Running for the first time with a fullback, C.J. Ham. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll try the middle with Cook. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Man, let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
A loss of the yard brings up 2nd and 11. The Lions 33-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Much like a running back going through the line, quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
Throwing, Cousins.
And that's complete to K.J. Osborne.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 22-yard line. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings have moved out in front. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7.
14. Lions 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fair catch. That made it a 25-yard line. The Lions take over first down 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
That's good. Lions first down.
Here's Goff. And this one's incomplete.
The Lions at 9-3 here on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners at 3 straight.
And let's remember that last week that this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely unstoppable in that game. They'll be hard-pressed to do it again, repeat that type of performance. But, boy, were they sensational just a week ago.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for Detroit. 42 yards.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Goff. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They'll take over deep in their own end after the fumble recovery as they start 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but to no avail. Tackled for a 2-yard loss in the backfield.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
Cousins to throw it this time.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And here's Ryan Wright now,
as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Gone. They'll find Williams on the slant. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
It's a gain of 9. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Gone. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked by Cameron Bynum. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 37-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And right side, they're going to go option here. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line.
And that one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. You come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
And the last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Second down, they go right back to Cook.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
108 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ballgame.
Good good, strong run against the 3-4 set. And that 3-4, you got to have your guys up front eat up a lot of blocks. The guy playing over the center, the nose, he usually has to take on double teams. But when you're able to successfully move him, you're often able to get some yardage, and that's when linebackers have to clean up and make tackles.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Fourth down, Cousins.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Cook running right. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough and run support. And I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Alexander Madison, his 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Vikings have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. And Johnson's extra point up and good.
And it's now 21-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
But this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
They're throwing out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Off play action. Here's Goff. Forced out to his left.
And he wants Reynolds way downfield. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Throwing on 3rd, Goff. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20.
They'll fake the give. Now Goff.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
A great play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions are back within a score.
Extra point by Batchley, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, Batchley out there to kick it away.
Nuwanger now from his end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get it behind the line.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
First play of the drive, lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They run it again with Cook. And for a second straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
Partner, I know my grade school teachers never would believe this, but I can absorb a lesson. I think there's a lesson in this one. He's having a great day running the football, but occasionally they're going to find a way to stop you, aren't they?
Yeah, this time the defense stepped up in what's been so far a tough game for them. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And right side, they're going to go option here. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goal post.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Goff. That's going to be caught by Josh Reynolds.
And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And that throw there going to put him over 4,000 yards passing now for the season, maybe strengthening his MVP consideration.
And you figure with still a handful of games left to play, 5,000 yards is not totally out of the realm of possibility. The way he is playing, I think he's going to get there.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Goff now looks to throw.
They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Now that's the type of play that gives you a chance to win. Nothing forced downfield where you don't have a guy open. Swing it out to the back, and maybe even check it down, whatever you want to call it. Gain of 5. You're just trying to get 4 on first down. They're ahead of the chains now.
And the slot man goes in motion left. On second down, Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for the Lions.
Quick toss by Goff is complete. Touchdown! Cullen Freeman from 6 yards away. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this ball game here in the final moments of the third quarter. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. They start the drive with Cook. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. The run only got a yard. Here's second and 9. Play action, Cousins. And the ball is knocked out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Badgley on for the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Nwangu now from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. No gain on the play there. Second down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
They did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The offense on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 8. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this fourth quarter. On third down, Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
The gain of 7 brings up 2nd and 3 at the 30-yard line.
To throw is Cousins.
That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Greedy Williams picked. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football.
And the Vikings are right back in this football game.
Well, do you want to unpack that one, or do you want me to?
You're the boss.
We get the interception, then really he's just too loose with the football on the return, and he coughs it right back up the other way.
I've seen this happen in an NFL game, and boy, did it cost someone. San Francisco at Atlanta a few seasons ago. Atlanta throws the interception. San Francisco runs it back. Game is starts.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Tell you what, he did not have much time there to scan the field before he was ducking and covering.
Did it appear to you, as it did to me, that the defensive front won their play really quickly? Meaning the guys in front of him had almost no chance to block him. They were on him in a hurry.
On 2nd down, Cook. That'll get a little bit back, give him 5 on the run, and they'll be left with a 3rd and 13. To throw, Cousins.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Greedy Williams picks it off. There he goes, right side. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Nwangu now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I think they want to start getting back into this game. It behooves them to get better on 1st down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there on the opening play of this drive. Off the play fake, Cousins.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Cousins.
Right back to Cook for another completion.
And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. Cousins on first down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it could be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
69 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
This defense, Charles, they have unraveled here in the 4th.
In a sense, it's like they're being pressed like in a basketball game, and they just can't get the ball over half court. I mean, no matter what they do, they can't get off the field. They can't slow them down. They're just going up and down the field against them. Yeah, unraveling would be a perfect word for them.
And they will take a knee here.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win,